Hey everybody, it's Stacey with Pageantry Now, and I have a really great interview coming up. I have Liberty Hull here, who is Ms. Black Teen International Ambassador. She's going to be on. She's going to be talking about her world and her reign and everything she's done over the last year. So stay with us right here on Pageantry Now. Hey everybody, Stacey here, and again, like I said, we are getting ready to have Liberty Hall on, and she's going to talk all about why she does this crazy thing called pageantry. But before we get to that, let's just talk a little bit about Pageantry Now. We're all about positivity and pageantry and being able to highlight the amazing things that title holders do using a crown and a sash. We want people in the audience to be part of the conversation, so please ask questions. We are live, so you can ask questions. Just make sure you keep them PC because we've got a teenager on, but we have teenagers and younger kids that watch. So we want to make sure that the content is appropriate. I will not put your question up live if it's not good. So be with me. I see people loading in, so we got to get this thing going. So here we go. Hello. Yay.
Hi.
I'm so excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure, and it's, been a year since, we did the whole group chat, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, and I bet so much has happened. So, but before we do that, let me have you introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, your title, and what do you wanna be when you grow up?
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Liberty Hull. I am the Teen Black International Ambassador. And when I grow up, I would love to be a professional dancer, but I am currently in school for nursing. So I just think that I would really love to juggle both so I can do both that really align with my passions and what I really want to do in my future.
So the dancing nurse.
Yep.
So you will be in point as you go, through. You love positive pageantry. We love positive pageantry too. Yay! So you're going to be on point as you, what kind of dance do you do? Like, what's your specialty?
My favorite dance style is definitely contemporary, but I do hip hop, tap, African, jazz, ballet, everything, and I love it all. So it's
So
been a
so you think you can dance, girl? Do you is
I
that?
love So You Think You Can Dance, and World of Dance is my favorite though. World of Dance is definitely.
Yeah, and World of Dance is back. They announced it yesterday or day before yesterday, so it will be back. So I'm super excited to see it come back because it's been on hiatus because of world
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
yeah, so I'm excited for. Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, I, and I, and I like. So did you watch? So you think you can dance this year, this season?
No, I didn't watch it this season.
Okay, you got to. Some really JoJo Siwa is one of the judges.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I know. So there was some definite, really great contemporary contenders. So I will leave it at that. So, yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a good season. So, see, I told you it would be whatever comes to my brain that
I
comes.
know. I know.
All right. So before we talk about your world of dance, because I wanted to know more about that. And I know that your sister Queen Sierra Jackson sent me some great pictures of you in flight, literally leaping through the air in your press kit. So but before we do that, let's ask you the difficult question that I ask everybody.
Okay.
Ready? It's super hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like frogs? Why or why not?
Um, Frogs. I haven't really thought too much about frogs, if I'm being honest. But I mean, what's really not to like about frogs? They haven't done anything to me, so
That's okay.
I guess for the most part, I like frogs. Besides the fact that they can jump on me, I don't think that's something that I'd be able to deal with. I don't like anything jumping on me. Anything that's not supposed to be on me, I don't want it on me. So, yeah.
Okay. And that is a fair and people are always like, why do you ask that question? I asked that question because we used to do it when pageantry now first started. We would do it as a practice interview question. Uh,
Mhm.
and then the first time that I was on the red carpet at Miss USA, Pia Warsbach, who was Miss Universe, I was live streaming the interview, and one of my followers said, "Ask her the question." We asked Pia the question and immediately got this immediate, "No, I don't like frogs." And she went, "Oh," and and she stopped being Miss Universe and became Pia. And from that moment on, I was like, "Well, we're gonna do that." Oh, look,
Oh, I think the light cut out. Hold on one second. Let me
that's
just.
okay.
Oh, there you go.
Technical issues, and then back. It's magic.
I'm back.
All right, ta-da! That was actually really cool because your crown like lit up. So that I mean that was cool. Oh wait, you snort? I snort too.
Yes, I do it so bad, and it's like things. And I haven't done it. Like I normally don't do it, but like this past year, I started snorting, and it's really bad.
It's not bad. It's just that you're getting air because your body needs oxygen. And then how can you possibly live in a world of pageantry like Miss Congeniality and not snort? Hello?
Exactly, exactly. So you get it. You get it.
This girl fell on stage at national pageant like yes. I do not
Uh,
my whole walking thing, we did the whole walking through New York, I did the whole thing. I'm walking here.
oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know how I would deal with falling on stage. Probably, you just got to roll up and get up and keep going.
That was exactly it. I did the whole hair toss thing and just was like, okay, I it was my first national pageant ever, and I was like, I placed, so I think that was good. I was second runner up. I thought, well, if I can fall on my face on stage and be second runner up, we're good.
Exactly. What can't you do?
So much, right? There's so much in life. Okay, so let's talk about why you got involved in this crazy thing called pageantry.
Well, actually, this pageant was my first pageant that I've like ever been a part of. And so it was just a new experience for me. It was just something that I was like, hey, like the opportunity is here. Why not try it? The worst thing, my mom always says, the worst thing you can do is not go for it. And the thing that they can say is no. And definitely a firm believer in what my family says all the time. What is for you will be for you. And so I just went for it, and like it turned out in my favor, which I'm very grateful for and I'm very happy about. But I definitely just wanted a system that would uplift me as a Black woman. And so I thought that MBIA was a perfect system for me because it's all about sisterhood and uplifting each other and empowering yourself. And I am very grateful that I joined this organization, and I am very proud of everything that this organization stands for.
Well, now we know why you won because that was awesomeness. And talking about the sisterhood, Sierra's in the house and says, "Love it, two fabulous queens." She must be talking about you, double queen. There you go. Oh my goodness, I love Sierra. So has it been fun being her sister queen? And how
Yes.
that's knowledge. Like she's got knowledge of pageantry.
Yeah, because she has a lot of experience in the pageant industry, and just being able to learn from her, and all the information that she says to me, like I take it all in, and like I just use it in what I'm doing now, especially like the little interview tips that she gives me and everything. So it's been really great.
Oh, thank you, Sierra. I love you. Fabulousness. I love you. Ah, so much love. Yeah, like I would think, especially now with like with the whole process of college and all of because pageantry really prepares you for college interviews and then being on your own in a way that maybe you're not used to and all of that stuff. So
Yeah.
how has that helped you?
I'm actually in college right now. I'm in my dorm at the moment,
I
but
was gonna say you look like you're in your dorm, so I was like, wait, maybe mom isn't there.
yeah, she is. Um, but I definitely, so one of the programs that I joined actually on campus was a women empowerment group, with I just think aligns perfectly with the pageant, but I'm just saying. It's a women empowerment group, and I had to actually interview for the for a spot on the roster for this year. And I honestly just think that all of the training and all of the knowledge that I've gotten being a part of the pageant has really helped me when it comes to interviewing and being confident in my answers and what I'm saying. So I really think that the pageant has shaped me to have strong confidence in myself and have the ability to really express how I'm feeling in a way that comes across well to the people who's receiving the information.
Oh my gosh, first pageant, and you are so well spoken. Either you have had great mentoring from your sister queens, or you were a really phenomenal teenager before you stepped into this crown. So that's pretty awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You make it sound so easy and so smooth. Like, so that's really good. Like you speak very, very well, very eloquently. That is rare, especially today. Like, I think that with social media, I mean, I know with social media, you get a little bit less anxious about speaking in public because everybody's, watching, and you don't know who's watching. So Ralph says, "Good evening, hello, Ralph. Thanks for following." He's one of our crownies. He follows us, and he's one.
Hi.
And then Sierra says, "That's so wonderful, so well spoken." I agree. You are so
Thank
wonderful.
you.
So, oh, that was director to Sierra. Oh, pardon me, madam. I did. And we have a technical issue. I can't show the video, so I am really, really sorry, Sierra. We will definitely get it up on social media. So I will do that. We just weren't able to get it up, and I don't know how to upload it to this. So we will get it, I promise. All right. So what has let's talk about the pageant. Obviously, the sisterhood has been super fantastic. You guys are amazing. But let's talk about the areas of competition, because I think that those are really important parts, especially for young Black women, or married Black women, because you guys run the gamut and they're from all over the world. Like, I know that your queens are in the United States, and then from Africa and Europe and the Caribbean. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
but that's really amazing that it is representation, of women of color. So, yeah.
It's actually, like, it's the first US based international pageant, which is really cool to me. And it's something that actually drew me to the pageant just because I'm surrounded by people that look like me. And in a world of like, in this day and age, you don't get to be around people that look, well, for me, I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not around people that look like me too often, besides when I am at dance. And so just having that support system and have people that understand what you're going through on a day-to-day basis was something that attracted me to the pageant.
I think that's really phenomenal. Sierra Jackson, I've had long discussions about, just how much it is important to have representation and to see people that look like you and know that you're in this space where you feel part of it. And that has been one of the biggest issues for me, just with pageantry in general, um, in its history of 100 years, that there isn't enough representation. And I remember when we had our first Miss Black USA crowned, and I cried, Vanessa Williams. Like, I was so emotional, because to me that was taking a way, bringing into the mainstream, allowing women of color to be seen, represented, and understand that a young, a young Black girl could be Miss America, and be Miss USA, and be Miss Universe, and be Miss Black Teen International Ambassador. Like, that's really awesome. You are now of those women that are representing young women. Does that ever get daunting? Do you ever think about it that way?
You know, when you said it like that, that was the first time that I've actually thought about it like that. So yeah, it's a little like taking myself back a little bit, but yeah,
Way
it's
cool though, right?
really cool. Yeah.
Like, yellow in your lovely color. Like, is that yellow or chartreuse? Is it
Lime.
yellow light
Lime.
lime? Yeah, lime. It glows on you. So not every skin tone can pull it off. So it lights you up, and you've got a glow. So, rock the glow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So, areas of competition. What are the areas of competition?
So for us, we had to do an interview and we had to present a social impact presentation which was just it was just about your platform, and you just got to show the judges really what you do within your community. We also did a fitness competition, a costume competition, and we did a evening gown competition. So that,
That's a lot.
yeah.
And no talent.
No talent. No.
Okay, because I was like, girl, like again, those pictures that Sierra sent to me, I was like, look at that extension. Oh my. Because
Yeah.
I own a gymnastics company, so I am not
Oh,
in dance, but I own a gymnastics company. So
I
uh,
off of
yeah, there's a lot of the same similarities. Like we had just came back from the U.S. Gymnastics Championships, and every part of my brain is now clicked into, oh, we've got to do these lines, we've got to do those lines, and whoa, how what when did you get involved in dance? Like how old were you?
Well, I began dancing at church, but I began taking dance like really seriously when I turned 6. My
Really
mom,
seriously?
yes, really seriously. My mom actually gave me the option of like what I wanted to do, and it's sort of just something that I fell in love with. Like, I started dancing at a very young age, and so, it's easy to say like for now, like this is what I want to do, but I've stuck with it, and I hope that I continue to stick with it, and it's something that I can take into my future, and I hope that eventually it becomes my career. But dancing is really just for me to like express myself and how I'm feeling. Um it's a way for me to feel free. I think it's really a stress reliever. It, like, yes, dance is full of discipline and there's right ways to do everything, but I think that discipline is something that everybody needs in their life. So having that discipline, I think, also like helped me in the pageant, just because, like, yes, there's a right and a wrong, and there's a right and a wrong when it comes to pageantry too. And so just learning and also being able to adapt to situations, because with dance you can have costume malfunctions, you could fall out of turns, you could forget your steps. And so just all of that being in like something that was in my background really helped me like be able to adapt quicker when it came to having to compete for the pageant.
Yeah, no, I think that whole world, that was one of the things over the weekend. I was with some friends and they said, "Wait, you do pageants?" And I was like, "Can't you see the correlations here? You put
Exactly.
yourself out there to be judged in gymnastics, to be told whether you're good enough or you're bad enough, and then in pageantry, it's the same thing."
Hmm.
So, I mean, different in many, many ways, but there that level of competition, I think, is the thing that is us trying to be our best selves. And I know in dance that it's formidable. Um, I just I admire dancers. I just think that it requires a level of control and um, I know I'm missing the right word, but commitment
Yeah.
uh, to it to do it well. And so
And you definitely have to stick with it, because like everything, things take time. And so at first you're like, well, I'm not seeing the progress, I'm not getting it, but like as you said, you have to stay committed to what you want to do. If it's something that you really want to do, you're going to commit to it and go for it. And I think that with dance especially, you have to, because there's so many levels and so many right and wrong ways to do everything, because you can hurt yourself. Trust me, I've hurt myself a lot of times. A lot of times.
there's so many styles too. So like you could be in a competition and doing contemporary, but like again, I just fascinating. But yeah, you can get hurt. It is its own element and its own
It's
it's life. Like it can be life, you know?
Yeah, dance is definitely life, definitely life, 24/7, all day, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's definitely shaped me to be who I am today, and I'm very grateful that I started at such a young age, because
So did
it,
you
it
really start with like liturgical dance? Was it like so? Yeah. Okay. So I can see how there is that definitely that correlation between liturgical and then going to contemporary. So
uh,
it's the
you gotta
same,
feel
right?
it, feel it in all your emotions, and just pour through everything that you're feeling, especially through the music and connecting with the songs. And that's that's probably my favorite part. Them getting the message across
Right.
is because it's like communication without communicating.
Right.
It's a
93% of how we speak is through our body. Like,
different.
that is normal. So, to be able to take the level of expression that much more through dance and through your body, I think that that is really you speak with your body. It tells a story. Every single dance tells a story, and whatever that story is. So, I think that that is really phenomenal. All right. Thanks for being here, Ralph. We'll see you next time. I appreciate you being here. Go rest. Ugh. He works at an airport and he works crazy hours. So, but he's from the Philippines, so he always likes to help support because Filipinos get pageantry. So, all right. So the next pageant is in Atlanta.
Yes, it's in October 12th through the 17th. So I'm really looking for it's kind of like a bittersweet moment though.
I was just gonna say, isn't it? It's that hard. You're in that hard place time where you're. Yeah, I just gave up my title. Yeah, so I know the feels.
Yeah, it's definitely bittersweet just because it's like I feel like our reign was extended a little bit, but I just feel like I have to now crown my successor and allow this amazing girl to just take over, or woman I should say, to take over my role as a Teen Black International Ambassador. But at the same time, it's like, oh my God, I want to do it forever. But can't say teen.
Well, okay, so whatever the feedback I got from everybody, because I crown my successor in July. So
Mm-hmm.
the feedback that everyone the weeks coming up, I kept saying, I give up my title, I give up my title, and they're like, your title is forever. And I'm like, yes, I understand that I will always be Ms. Achievement Universe 2022. I get that, but
Yeah,
there is something in that moment, and this is your first pageant, so this is the first time that you're feeling these feels. So it's bittersweet because there's so many amazing, cool things that you've done, and it's like, well, now what?
I know. It's like, what do you do now? But
What do you do now? What's the plan? I mean, besides be a nurse.
um, I honestly don't really know as far as pageants are concerned what my next steps are, but I know I'm definitely going to continue to support the pageant. Of course, I'll always be rooting for the pageant system just because I love seeing Black women succeed. And definitely taking more time for my dance and for my studies because nursing school is going to be crazy. It's already crazy and it's only been 3 days of classes. And yeah, so I'm just going to take it one step at a time, one day at a time, and try to live in the moment.
Well, and that I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we have to do. Like, we have to live in the moment. Like, and honestly, if you don't like that, you lose out on those emotions and those moments that you don't. I mean, again, I'm 56, so I look back at myself when I started at 16 competing in pageants. Um, and I don't think I gave myself enough grace. So give yourself grace to feel those emotions and know that, you know, I mean, you've got an amazing support system. You've got amazing sisters that are around you to help you too. So, that's good. So
Love
so
the sisterhood aspect of the pageant, and everybody truly feels like a sister to me. So it's an amazing support system.
yeah. So that's awesome. And that's the way, I mean, honestly, that's the way it should be. So be, someone that's there that you can call up and go, hey, I don't know what to do with, this or this or this. So like because it's a different world. Pageantry is a different world. And so what like looking back, I mean, you still have stuff 5 weeks. What 6 weeks? So what has been like the best experience that you've had so far? I mean,
I,
besides someone putting a crown on your head.
I would say our Queens weekend that we had in Atlanta, just being able to bond with everyone, and we got to explore Atlanta a little bit, and we got to go to some events and take some pictures, but really just enjoying the laughs and the presence of everyone, and being able to really just live in that moment is probably my favorite memory from this reign so far.
Atlanta is one of my favorite cities because I love the history, um, and I love the fact that it is more Black centric. I grew up in Detroit, so, like, I feel very close affinity to people of color, and, like, I just love, like, the fact that it is very accepting, and a place where you can go, and I mean, I know that there's dark history there too, but, like, I think it's cool, like, I don't know, when I like the aquarium because I can
Mm,
go just, like, stare at fish for hours.
re- I don't remember the last time I went to the aquarium actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
I
go
don't.
see the penguins are fun too, and then, then um, the Coca-Cola museum is across the street from it, so it's kinda cool. What'd you
Hmm.
guys do when you were in Atlanta when you under your sister's trip?
We had a Queens photo shoot. We did. We drove and we participated in the Selma walk.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. Oh my gosh, that had to be so amazing.
it was amazing.
Sorry, I just interrupted, I didn't mean to. Oh my gosh.
Yes, it was great, but like when I tell you it was hot, oh my goodness, I've never experienced heat like that. What else did we do? We also like we did a lot of like home cooked meals, and so we also like did like a pajama party. We got facials, and it was really just all about us and self care, and that's really it.
Having a minute to be in that moment and, feel good about that moment. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, so what are the plans? I mean, obviously, you're gonna go finish nursing school. What made you decide legacy queen forever? Oh, you are forever legacy. There you go. That's so cool. See, director of support in here. That's the way it should be.
We love it.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. So, like, what made you wanna go become a nurse? Like, why? Because that that's that's a lot of work.
I know, and everybody keeps saying it. Everybody was like, "Are you sure? Like, it's a lot of work. Are you sure it's a lot of work?" But so, just a little background. So, for me in high school, I went to a trade school, so I studied criminal justice. Um, I enjoyed it, but for me, seeing the bad in people all the time is not for me.
I w
And
I was in that space too. Yeah.
yeah, so able to so my goal in being a nurse is just to become a labor and delivery nurse, and just those joyous moments, like yes, not every moment is joyous, but helping women experience this new chapter of their lives and some bringing a new life into the world is something that I think that I'm really going to enjoy, so I'm going to stick through it and tough it out, and hopefully I get the outcome that I want in the end.
Lots of math and science. Lots of math. But you know what you could do? Like, you could also, like, if you're gonna do labor and delivery, you could always, either do your physician's assistant or you could do your doula so that then you could, like, deliver babies on your own.
Mm,
Like, nope,
no.
nope, nope. So not that. Being there and supporting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Alright, I like that. Alright, so what and then besides that, do you think you'll ever do another pageant, or are you just gonna kinda wait and see what happens?
I think I'm just gonna kind of wait and see what happens because I really don't know. I would really have to look into other systems because this one set the bar so high. So it's like I don't want to put myself in an environment where I'm not comfortable and I feel like I can't be myself. So I definitely have to do some research before deciding if I want to get into another pageant or not.
Sierra Jackson will be a great person to be able to help you make that decision if that is a decision that you decide you wanna do. I find that most often when the pageant bug bites you, it's really hard to stay away from it,
I'm,
so,
I've heard that. I've definitely heard that. So
you know so, I mean, but sometimes it's like just, maybe this experience has been so positive for you that it's enough for you to be like, "No, I'm good.
mhm.
I've done it." So,
Yeah, I'm definitely just gonna wait. I I don't want to put myself in a position where it's like, do I really want to? Because with this, it was just like, I'm going to do it. But I think I'll definitely just wait it out and see where my head is at and where my heart is at as far as doing another pageant.
And do you think you're doing like a sorority or no?
Probably not.
Nope, you got your own sorority. It comes with a crown. Yeah, that's all right. You're good. All right. So, what things have we not talked about that you would like to be able to share with everybody? Is there anything that you would like to talk about that we haven't?
Oh, yes. So when I talked to you the last time, my platform was actually Black Lives Matter. But through the growth that I've been doing and the self-discovery that I've been doing in this new chapter of my life, I actually changed my platform to representation in the arts. Just because, like we talked about, I am a dancer. I have grown up in the dance world, and to me, just seeing people that look like me at the forefront of the dance industry is something that I think that girls, um, Black girls, should really have. Yeah, we do have principal dancers who are African Americans, but I feel like when we look at books or we look in social media or something like that, we don't really see that representation as much as we should. And so fighting for women to just have that, like, here's somebody that looks like me and here's somebody that has accomplished all of my dreams, like everything that I want to do, they've already accomplished it. And I think that having somebody that can just be your role model, but a role model is a little different when they look like you.
Right. Right.
Like, well, if they can do it, then I can do it too. And so my goal is really just to be that person for little girls, because I do teach at a dance studio, well, the dance studio that I attend. Um, and I teach younger girls. And so always trying to be that positive role model, that person that they can come to, the person that they can talk to, has really motivated me. And so I am striving to just be that person that they're like, oh my gosh, she did it. I'm going to do it too.
That's awesome. And honestly, that that was one of the questions, and I got distracted earlier, that I was going to ask you, is that do you feel like there is enough representation, especially in contemporary? There really isn't a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we're starting to see more
Yeah.
women of color in more classical styles of dance. So is there somebody that's like your role model that you look up to personally, that you go, yes, that's who I emulate myself after?
I would definitely say Missy Copeland, just because she put herself in the forefront. Like, she was like, I'm going to be the first, that I truly admire. Just because of the stereotypes that come with being a African American. When you dance, you're like, oh my god, you can only do hip hop. But it's like, no, I do everything else just like you. So I think we're still fighting those stereotypes. And I think as people start emerging themselves more into the dance community, especially being African American women, we will begin to break those stereotypes. And that's just something that I am really hoping that happens soon, because I feel like girls need that positive reinforcement. Like, what I'm doing is enough, and I'm enough to be a part of this dance community.
Well, and I think it's important that we there. I mean, I go back to Miss Universe 2019, Zosie Toonsey, and Black Girl Magic that year, where just like amazing women of color taking up space, and but Zosie's statement, we need to take up more space just as women. So being able to have that magical moment, actually that was where Sierra and I met, was at Miss Universe. We had talked before, but we physically met at Miss Universe 2019. And knowing that her story happened in that particular moment, uh,
Mm-hmm.
to have Miss United States, Miss America, Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, Miss Universe all be African American. Well, and Susie's case, African. So, Black, and just being able to have that representation be, wouldn't it be lovely to be able to see that, to have, uh, uh, a woman of color in ballet, contemporary, and in hip hop. And I mean,
Mm,
there's and tap, and I mean, like there's so much like the gamut of what dance is and the styles of dance. Um, and being I think that's one of the reasons I do like So You Think You Can Dance Too, is because they're forced to be pushed outside of their levels of comfort and go, yeah, yeah, I can do that too. Watch me.
mhm.
So one of my favorite dancers in the world is Twitch, but because not because he's classically, or not classically, he's hip hop traditionally, but he pushed outside of his comfort zone to be everything, and
Mm.
then married this amazing contemporary dancer. So it's like their kids are going to be just awesome.
I know. Oh my goodness.
They love their little Maddox because he's like he dances like but like you don't know what kids are if your kids are gonna do that. So we had a great question when we were talking. It says, was it hard to balance senior year as a title holder? I would think yes.
I would say yes. So the hardest thing, and I'm going to be completely transparent, the hardest thing for me was definitely the social media aspect of my array. And when it comes to senior year, because senior year you have so much that you have to focus on. You have to focus on, one, making sure that you have the grades to graduate. Two, you have to make sure that you're applying to colleges, you're doing your financial aid, and all of that on top of senior year events like prom. And I was also a cheerleader, so I was always at football games and basketball games. And making time for dance and my pageantry was definitely a lot.
How
Um,
did you do all of that?
my support system. I would not have made it without my support system. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's a lot.
yeah, yeah. But I would say, yeah, just posting on social media was hard for me. Like I would do what I was supposed like I would involve myself in my community, but I wouldn't take the time out to really show people what I was doing just because I was like always on the go, always moving, always doing something. And so it's something that I've been working on with the help of my team in MBIA. And I'm very grateful for them for that because I know that it is important, especially because we live in a day and age of social media. And so balancing those was very difficult.
Yeah. Well, and social media like has its like I mean clearly if it weren't for social media I wouldn't be doing this. Uh, but like I mean it has its goods and it has its bad points, and I always say, especially because there isn't always like there isn't a filter for life. So why are there filters for everything that is on social media? And so um my year I struggled with the idea that I had to constantly be posting to be relevant, um,
Mm-hmm.
and coming up with these reels and TikTok, and I was just like, I can't do this. Like,
I,
why?
um,
but it
a
is
lot.
really people see you. It's a lot,
It's
and
challenging.
yeah, and then I struggle also too because I feel that just that concept of representation that I'm a plus size woman and I'm older. And so I don't want to always look perfect. And I don't think that my social media should always make me look perfect. So I go on and I do, lives in my pajamas because like I have no makeup on and being as real as I can because I think that that is what our youth need as well. You can't grow up in a world that has filters and looks perfect all the time because that doesn't exist. So, yeah. So, well, I think that I am super, super proud we got a chance to be able to touch base and come back and, um, I think that your platform change is really, really important. I mean, obviously Black Lives Matter was super important as well, but being able to pull something in that is personal, I always say your platform chooses you, you don't choose your platform, because if you are passionate about it, it's going to make things more, um, you're going to be more effective as a person speaking about it and be more passionate about it. And I think that is, and I think that platforms change as you change too.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's good. All right, good. All right. How can we follow the rest of your journey if you want us to follow you?
So I'm on Instagram at Liberty with 2 Y's .hull, and that's just where I post all my pageant content and all my dance content. And so you can follow me there if you want to follow my journey. I'm gonna start posting just about my college experiences now that I have 1 week of college under my belt. Although it doesn't feel like 1 week, but it's been 1 week.
Where are you going to school? I didn't even ask you. Where are you at?
University of Art, Connecticut.
Yay! Awesome. Is that how far is that from home?
2 hours.
So not too bad. Okay, so that's good. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on again. It's always been a pleasure. It is so great to see you grow and change, and I know the next 6 weeks are going to be interesting because it's also the first 6 weeks of college, and how do you balance all of that? And then you're going to be going to Atlanta in the middle of college. Oh wow. Wow.
I know. Yeah.
Has anybody at school know you're a title holder?
Yes. My advisor does. So we're going to work through problems and figure everything out before I leave.
Got it. Okay. That's good. Wow, that is very planned out. That's really awesome.
Thank
I
you.
love that. All right. All right. Well, thanks so much for being on. Hold tight. Let me wrap up the show, and then we will say goodbye to each other in a second. But I am so grateful that I got to have you on. Hold on one second.
For having me.
Yay. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Again, I can have these great conversations with these amazing women, but it's more fun when you guys are there and you guys are showing support and being there and asking questions. Liberty has been an amazing guest and an amazing title holder, so she's just going to keep doing great things. So again, you can follow her on Instagram and follow the rest of our journey. And for those of you, that was great. There you go. Good luck in school, Liberty, Amanda says. And then if you haven't already, please like us, follow, and subscribe. Pageantry Now. I'm not on TikTok yet with Pageantry Now, but maybe that'll happen. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So in the meantime, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. I will see you guys next time. Our next interview is 2 weeks from tonight. And we will have, I think it's Sierra is the next one that is the Miss title holder. So look for us then. I will see you guys soon and have a great day. Oh, Liberty, it's your birthday?
Yes.
No way!
Yeah. I turned 8 today.
Happy birthday! I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Know that. Yay! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And Sierra says, amazing ladies, awesome interview. I learned so much. So there you go, babe. And you can tell us good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you next